Jesus, he went into battle and he fought for you and I. And yes, he won. So now we can enjoy the spoils of his victory, which are freedom, forgiveness, hope, unconditional love and inexplicable peace, restoration and security, life and life in abundance. Because of Resurrection Sunday, because Jesus is the Lion and the Lamb, you can be a part of his victory procession, living a life of praise and living in his triumph. You can walk in victory over sin and death, sickness and infirmity, fear and failure, as well as over guilt and shame. You can walk in the victory of the Lion and live cleansed by the blood of the Lamb. I want to encourage you to choose life, to join me as I say, I choose life, I choose forgiveness, I choose hope, I choose peace and freedom, and I choose healing and wholeness. I choose to live in relationship with God. I choose Jesus.
My mom battled cancer for 15 years. Doctor gave her 3 months to live, and she lived for 15, and then we prayed, and we prayed, and we prayed, and God extended her life, but she still passed away. God, how could you let her die? Can I play God for a second? You mean, how can I let her come to heaven?
Go ahead.
Is that what you're angry at me for? That I took her out of her pain and I put her in a place of eternal healing in my presence? Listen to me, even when you lose, you win. Don't you understand? Some of us are angry at God right now because of something he did not do for us here on earth. And here's the problem. You've lost a view of his mercy. I don't come to church for the breakthrough. I don't come to church for this. I don't come to church for that. I come to church because of what he has done for me and the fact that I am madly in love with him.
Holiness does not merely speak to his purity. It's the fact that he is in a league of his own. His all by himselfness. He is not at the top of the greatest list. He's the only name on the list. He isn't just great. He is great times infinity. Who could you compare to God? Glory is God's holiness shining for all to see. It's intrinsic glory, which means that it's a glory that flows from out of him. He gets it from himself. He doesn't need it from anywhere else. He doesn't learn to be glorious. He didn't train for it. He didn't grow into it. He defines it. Anything that you can say is glorious has borrowed that glory from God. Everyone else's glory is learned, developed, temporary, and limited. Your glory will fade. Beautiful young lady, your beauty will fade. Your ability, young athlete, will fade. Your fame, KB, will fade. But his glory will go on forever. The glory of God is the holy manifestation of his brilliance, his beauty, and his wonder. And here's the kicker. Everything was created for that glory. The goal, not just for your life, but the goal for the entire universe is to be a manifestation of the brilliance and the beauty and the wonder of God. To give God glory is not to give him something that he didn't already have, but it's lining up with who he is. Your purpose is to live in a way that says true things about the glory of God. You were made for glory. I am not a handyman at all. I'm not. I'm bad with tools, and I am absolutely uninterested in fixing anything. But I do know how to use duct tape. I do. I can fix almost anything with duct tape. I could probably fix your car with duct tape if you gave me enough time. My wife got me a tool belt for Christmas to try to fix me a couple years ago. But I didn't buy any tools. I just went out and bought 7 rolls of duct tape and just put them all around different lengths and colors. Years ago, I came across the origin of duct tape. Where did it come from? First, it's not D-U-C-K tape like the bird on the water. It's D-U-C-T, duct tape, like air-conditioned ducts. Duct tape was created to seal air-conditioned units like that are in the ceiling. That's how it got its name. But as they ran tests on it, they found out that duct tape can be used for almost anything except sealing air-conditioned ducts. Duct tape can do all sorts of things except fulfill the one purpose for which it was created, thus betraying and making a mockery of the name that is on it. And I'm afraid that many Christians in our country are becoming the duct tape of our society. good for all sorts of things except the one purpose for which you were created. You're good for the Republican Party. You're good to ignore the vulnerable. You're good to worship individualism. You're good to fight the media and the liberals. But you're good for all kinds of things. But you forgot that you have a name on you, and that's the reason that you live, is to glorify that name, which should be above every other name.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we know less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I once was blind, but now I see.